entering the crypto space. Charles Schwab they manage, I believe, about 138 assets, $138 billion worth of assets they have under management, and they are going to be introducing crypto and Bitcoin trading on their platform. The reason why this is such a big deal is because not only do they have almost $200 billion assets under management, but they're a traditional financial firm that is essentially ushering in institutional investors, accredited investors, you name it, they're bringing it in. Now, an official quote from the story here. Basically, the reasoning that Charles Schwab is going to begin Bitcoin and crypto trading on their traditional financial platform is because they're seeing a significant shift for traditional finance into the crypto space as of April 19, 2025, following a 2024 survey showing high demand for crypto among ETF investors. And this data is from Cointelegraph. So the reason why this is so important and why we're going to talk about it, and I'm also going to talk to you guys about why the crypto markets aren't reacting to this news, is because for so long we have fought against traditional finance. Traditional finance wanted nothing to do with Bitcoin and crypto. And then we really saw a push of the crypto community essentially kind of come together. A lot of these big, I'll call them more traditional firms like Coinbase and Kraken and Gemini and so on and so forth, essentially kind of come together to advocate, and of course Ripple too, we can't forget Ripple, to really advocate for the crypto community, to advocate for traditional finance and crypto assets essentially merging together so more people have access. This is great, fine, fantastic and all, but when you really think about it, traditional finance was the exact reason why we have Bitcoin, was the exact reason why we have crypto, so that we can operate 24/7, 365 in a true decentralized economy without the predatory middleman. So even though these are very contradictory, these ideas, they still matter and they are still important, because at the end of the day, the way that you actually get adoption is by introducing crypto and Bitcoin to traditional financial firms so that retail, the underdogs, have access to it. So to me, this is wonderful, fine, fantastic, but at the end of the day, not your keys, not your coins. So if you're going to use a traditional financial firm to custody, to trade, to invest in crypto or Bitcoin, you don't own it. Just like with the Bitcoin spot ETFs, an ethereum spot ETF, these are on futures ETFs as well. Most of these are not offered in kind, so you actually have to put your fiat dollars in order for this to happen. So way back in the day, like we were covering, what was that company called? And they're no longer there. Oh my God, who was it? I think it started with a B, but we were all super, super excited about this traditional financial company coming in. They it's not that they went under, but they didn't perform what we thought it was. And this is way back in like 2017, 2018, 2019. That's all we were talking about. We're like adoption, money coming in, numbers going to go up. And now in 2025, we finally get it. Also, make sure you guys smash a like. We're not seeing the markets react like we expected to. Now, why are we not seeing the markets react like we're expecting to? Well, number one, you're having expectations. When you have expectations about these types of things, it's never going to go in your way, primarily when it has to do with investing or any type of markets. The market does not care about your opinion, doesn't care about my opinion, doesn't care about our hopes and dreams. The market reacts based on the market needs. It also is essentially manipulated, in my personal opinion, whether it's crypto, whether it's money, traditional finance, whatever it is. It's essentially manipulated by the ivory towers, by traditional finance, and of course, laws and regulations that come out, or sometimes even statements. Now, that being said, another reason why we're not seeing the markets kind of take off, especially with all the news that we're seeing about all of these different types of adoption, is because we are in the midst of a tariff war. We don't know exactly what is going to happen with the crypto markets when it comes to the tariffs and whatnot. And again, it's not going to necessarily impact crypto so much, but it's still going to at the end of the day, because when we're smart people, when we invest, we use disposable income. And if you don't have access to a lot of disposable income, you're not going to necessarily be able to trade. So this would essentially remove retail investors, which have fueled in the past. But we do have institutional money. However, institutional money trades a lot differently than we do. Right now, we've seen, I think since the beginning of the year after Trump was elected, we've seen a lot of outflows, a lot of profit taking. Bitcoin is currently trading around like $80,000. We're in this really tight range. I want to say it's like $83,000 and $85,000. And the reason why is because traditional finance is selling their Bitcoin spot ETFs because they're in profit. They essentially got in at the very beginning, which makes sense. Because again, traditional finance, they have to deal with quarterly earnings, quarterly reports, all disclosures, all that type of thing. Thank you. I got this at the Rainbow last weekend when I saw Michael Monroe play. Absolutely love Hand I Rocks. They're one of my favorite bands ever, so I had to pick this up. But shout out to our channel members, to John Legend, Mr. Lawrence, and Mr. Dale. So anybody else. So back to what we're talking about. But that's why we're not seeing this really big pump when it comes to price, is because we're kind of at the standstill with traditional finance kind of taking over and operating the way they want to operate. And on top of it, we don't know what's going to happen with all of these different tariffs and how that's going to impact the economy as far as a low level scale and a large level scale, geopolitically, et cetera. And we do know that the price of gold has continuously gone up, which is great, fantastic, fine. We love that. But at the same time, just because gold is going up doesn't mean the Bitcoin price is going to go up. So I personally think, again, I told you guys Q1 and Q2 of 2025 is going to be extremely volatile. We've got, as far as all the promises Trump has made with crypto, he's kept them. I appreciate that. I absolutely love it. But at the same time, a lot of people seem to be really, really upset and just not happy with the current price action. And that's just because humans are impatient. And when you have money that's involved, obviously with your investments, you're going to get impatient and your emotions are going to come involved and you're going to start flipping out, etc. But at the end of the day, we've talked really about a solid foundation being built in crypto. We know that the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit is going to be over soon, just based off of all the things we've been reporting on. I've made multiple videos kind of talking about it to you guys. Also, too, we know that we're going to get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but it's going to take a little bit of time because you have to get a lot of sign-offs on that. We're going to get one on the state level, too, but there's still kind of a debate as to where where the money is going to come from to fund the Bitcoin strategic reserves. Is it going to come from tariffs? Are we going to sell gold bonds? Those types of things. So if you're watching this is great news that Charles Schwab is going to offer Bitcoin and crypto trading. This is wonderful, fantastic, fine. But remember, not your keys, not your coins. In addition to that, just continue to be patient. These are all bullish things moving forward that are going to essentially legitimize crypto and allow for more people to have access. We are going to get the spot ETFs, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time. I want to say the SEC has until October to approve quite a few of these. I forget which one that it wasn't that they denied it, but they essentially they delayed it because they need more time. So be patient. This is good. This is fine. This is essentially setting up a solid foundation for long-term bullish price action, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are going to ask, Wendy, what coins are you focusing on? I'm focusing on a lot of the top 100 coins, most of them that are made in the USA, primarily because I think a lot of those will get ETFs. A lot of those will be not necessarily safer for retail, but more so they're going to have eyes on them. So if people do commit fraud or they do bad things, then there'll be a little bit of blowback with that. Again, not financial advice, but I'm focusing on a lot of the stuff that's made in the USA and projects that are actively building and have active partnerships with different companies in that I think will continue to do well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys, I want to say tomorrow at around 10 a.m. PT, because we got to do a little Easter stream. And if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter, and I will chat with you guys soon. Okay, bye.